Churches and cathedrals are guardians of a wonderfully rich choral and classical tradition, but in many cases, their choirs are predominantly white and middle class. Well, a church in Birmingham wants to change that. I've been finding out more from Khadeem Duncan-Banerjee, the Director of Music at St Mary's Church in Handsworth, and two rather fabulous members of their new choir, the 9-year-old Cherubim and Leslie, who's 10. Khadeem told me why he is so passionate about giving children the chance to sing this kind of music.
The bottom line is that classical music, choral music, I believe it has the power to transform children's life chances. I was very blessed and privileged as a young man to gain a scholarship in music to my secondary school, which is a comprehensive school. I learned to play the tuba, the piano, the bass guitar, the pipe organ, played in jazz bands, orchestras, sang in choirs, and that was free. I learnt those instruments, many of them for free. To have had those experiences really shaped the person I am today, and seeing that children in the area don't get these same opportunities really made me want to do something about it.
Tell us about the barriers that children sometimes face here. Is this really about money simply? Is it also about ethnicity or culture? Whether parents are able to pay for lessons that usually aren't provided free in state schools these days?
I think it's a range of things. I think that the socioeconomic side is quite predominant. You think about the cost of living crisis, you think about all the pressures we have on parents' purses and wallets. Music and extracurricular stuff can often go to the back of the queue, and especially in an area like Handsworth and North West Birmingham, where disadvantage is so high, the other side of the issue is exposure. Black and Asian communities aren't exposed to classical music, to choral music, as much as their white counterparts are, and all the research demonstrates that.
Well, let me have a word with one of your choristers who's there with you, Khadeem, who rejoices in the glorious, wonderful name Cherubim. Cherubim, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Are you enjoying this? How does it feel for you to be singing in the choir?
It's a very exciting opportunity to develop my singing skills and meet new people.
Is this a first for you? Anybody in your family singing choirs before you?
No, but I've always been interested in singing and music.
What about your friends? What do they make of it?
They're quite happy that I've joined the choir because it's very inclusive.
What's the best part of it for you, Cherubim? Because there's so much involved, isn't there? There's a bit of theatre involved, there's the music, there's the performance. What do you enjoy most?
I enjoy performing in beautiful locations. For example, I sing at the St Mary's Church every Sunday.
How do you imagine yourself singing when you're older? Do you think you'll keep this going?
I think I'll definitely keep this going because it's been really great for me doing this. Very beneficial.
You're incredibly articulate, a very confident young man. Do you think that the choir and the music experience and the singing has helped you become more confident?
It's definitely made me more confident, as on every Sunday the choir sings in front of a very large congregation of people.
Let's have a word also with Leslie, who's also in the choir. Leslie, how does it feel for you when you're singing in the choir? Are you enjoying it?
Yes.
What's the best bit of it for you?
The social part of it. You meet new people that you've never met before, and you talk to people that you didn't expect yourself to talk to.
Oh, wow. So you've got new friends?
Yes.
Do you have a favourite piece that you sing?
Yes, my favourite piece to sing is the Kyrie.
The Kyrie?
Yes.
Kyrie eleison?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. You're singing in Latin these days, are you?
Yes.
That's amazing. And what about the future? I mean, you're very young to be thinking about the future in any case. How might you bring music more into your life in the future?
I think I'll bring music more in my life in the future by joining more choirs and maybe make a music school when I'm older.
Well, look, I wish you well with that. That's an incredible ambition to have, especially at such a young age. Khadeem, you must be absolutely delighted and proud of these kids.
Absolutely, yeah.
They're gorgeous. They're absolutely wonderful.
They're brilliant. They're all just such wonderful, talented young people, and it's a really special place working with some really special children, and I can't wait to see where it goes in the future.
Diversity is really important, and not just to tick boxes, but because there are so many new opportunities for humanity when we bring all of humanity to the fore. We get that. But I'm conscious that most cathedrals, though they monitor the number of boys and girls in their choirs, don't keep figures on how many choristers are from minority ethnic backgrounds. That's quite significant, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. Especially for cathedrals which are in cities that have very ethnically diverse populations. If they want to see more diversity in their choirs, then what they need is those targeted interventions. These communities aren't just going to waltz into cathedrals. They need to be exposed to it. They need to be aware that the opportunity is there, you see.
Khadeem, just finally, you're working hard with these children, and this is a very inspiring project. Your mission is just incredible. But if Cherubim and Leslie could cover their ears level with me, just how good could this choir become?
Wow, that's a great question. My own ambition, whether we'll get there, is I don't think, but my own ambition, by God's grace, is that one day, we will be of a cathedral standard. By the grace of God, we'll get there one day.
Well done. Okay. Duncan-Banerjee and two of his choristers, Cherubim and Leslie. Just time to bring you some